Common sense isn't gone. It just needs a comeback. Common Sense Superheroes with David and Greg.
You remind me of a Sunday back home in old Kentucky when the church bells just whispering through the pines. I said pales, not bells. That is how I felt this past weekend going up to the farm a little bit from Brooke's parents' house. And Greg is feeling that way because he is up in the good old Blue Ridge Mountains, living his best life at a cabin with three teenage girls. So pray for him. Pray for him. But
Please.
Greg, how's it going up there in old Blue Ridge?
It's good, brother, man. We've had a tremendous weekend. My oldest daughter took spring break opportunity to go down to the beach with some of her friends, and her mother chaperoned that trip. And Maddie's birthday was Friday, so we coordinated and got a couple of her friends, and we brought her up to the cabin. So we've been celebrating her birthday weekend and spring break up here in the mountains, man. It's awesome.
Nice, man. Is this a family cabin or something we rent out, or what's the deal here?
It is, we don't exactly list it or show it everywhere, but yeah, you're welcome to come up here. We'll give you the friends and family discount.
I'm just saying, I would make a little money, a little Airbnb, baby, VRBO, make something happen.
We rent out the condo at the beach a little more often. This one I like to keep a little more open for me to swing up here on the weekends when I want to.
I like it. I'm jealous, actually, quite jealous. Speaking of weekends, it was a pretty good weekend for myself. Not baseball wise, boy, we stunk it up Saturday. I'm not even gonna. I can't blame nobody but myself. It was a bad, bad, ugly win. But after that, we were able to go spend a little time up in beautiful White County, Georgia, just fishing, hanging out, riding four wheelers. Just a great, great time. Had a good time. Sunday came back and just pretty much chilled. Had a little baseball practice, but a good weekend. I mean, I can't complain. I don't know if I was living Blue Ridge cabin life like old Gregory up there, but I was doing the best we could for my little podunk self.
I'll tell you now, every time you get a chance, whether it's for a few hours out on a lake fishing with your boys, or whether it's a long weekend at a cabin in the woods somewhere, when you can get out in nature and let the world around you quiet down a little bit, it does seem to help shape perspective and kind of rein things back in and make you realize just how much time and energy we spend chasing and wasting on things that just don't matter that much.
You're dang sure right about that, because I mean, watching the Madison, which I've been all on this Taylor Sheridan show, it's got me wanting to go to Montana, like I said. But mainly, if I can't go to Montana, at least get me outside and want to spend a little more time outside and stop watching the TV so much. Which, ironically, I watch the TV to find a way to get outside. That's weird, but it's like you said, put things in perspective. Time is short, and speaking of time is short, wasn't too short for him, but it has came to an end. That is Robert Mueller has died at the age of 81, Greg. Now, we've said over and over about how Trump will respond to certain things that we wish he wouldn't. But Greg, I'm sure you've seen it.
I will gladly take this opportunity to say that my unwavering support for the man, and I still support him as the president of the United States. I've often said he is not as eloquent, elegant, or presidential as we would like. That is just a terrible look. Terrible. I don't care what happened. That's not the time or the place. You don't do that. And David, that's to the level of if somebody like me or you put that out into the universe, that's terrible. But let's call it what, like, for Donald Trump, the president, the most recognizable, most powerful man on the planet, to make that look, that dude's got family and friends. That dude has people that love him. It's insensitive, it's uncouth, and classless act on his part. Can't like it.
What Greg is referring to is after he had passed, and I guess Trump probably got the first word of it. He posted on Troop Social that Robert Mueller has died. Good. I'm glad he's dead. He can no longer hurt innocent people.
Not here for it.
Not my thing, man. I've said, and I've seen people comparison saying that if you were upset with people, celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, then you should be against this, which, yes, I agree. It is a little bit different because the man was 81 and nobody assassinated him for his beliefs. But still, I'm with you. It's a bad look regardless. Do I love that he has got the cojones and the silliness to say something like that? I don't know how else to say it. It's not silliness. It's really just gall. But to say something like that, somewhat I do, but it's not a good look either way you look at it.
The thing that gets me is and again, maybe I give him more credit than even he deserves, but you tend to look at things he does, and almost everything you can identify some sort of angle, some sort of underlying reason where he's pushing a button, he's playing games, he's trying to push people to do things. I can't for the life of me figure out what he was trying to accomplish by posting that, and that's what makes it that much worse. It's just to me, it's just senseless and classless. Nothing to be gained at all from it.
Trump is obviously upset because in 2016, when the Russia collusion case that came about, that Obama okayed without really any evidence for the most part. In fact, there was some evidence saying that it was most likely unlikely that that was the case. Mueller kept pushing with it at the direction of Trump, by the way. I mean, excuse me, of Obama. Kept pushing for Russia collusion and things of that nature. So I think that's the main gist of why he's very upset about it, which I get why you're upset about the fact that he pushed this lie, which it turned out being, and it was such a huge deal that cost Trump probably his first half of his presidency, the first term, anyways. I get why you're upset about it, but even if my biggest enemy has passed away, I'm not going to say, good, I'm glad he's dead. Now, I didn't cry
No,
when OJ died by no means, but I wouldn't say I'm
but
glad.
no, and I've voiced my opinion publicly on the Ayatollah of Iran and us, blowing him up. And I think that is good for the world, but I'm not going to go in there and celebrate it and like things of that nature. I don't know, man. It's just, I think it's such a bad look, and I don't see any circumstances why you can do this. And I don't know, man. It's just hard to do. Like at some point, and again, we both support him, probably more so than a lot. Every now and then life gives you the opportunity to just take the high road, and you start to look at a guy like Donald Trump and go, is he capable? And again, I love him as a president. He's doing great things for the country, but just morally, ethically, from a presentation standpoint, that was one of those moments where I believe the good Lord gave him the opportunity to take the high road, do something even on a minor scale that might have been somewhat unifying, and he totally botched it.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's a bad look. And listen, what we're doing, we're criticizing the guy we voted for. And now he just, and that's something that we don't, like I said, I say it almost every episode. You don't see that from the other side. And I'm not afraid to voice my opinion against those. In fact, more critical of people I vote for.
Hey, I'm going to take this opportunity too, just to piss off the left. After saying all this, I'm going to vote for him again in 2028 because he's running.
Third term, baby, third term. You, listen, he jokes about it, but you best believe he wants to. He's going to damn sure find a way to try to do it. That's for dang sure.
Not a chance. Not a
No,
chance.
I mean, at this point, I mean, I don't care how I say in shape, but how coherent he is. There's no way a man that age is running. But oh man, I had a great point and I forgot what it was. You screwed it up, Greg. I'm sure it
I'm
was going to
sorry.
go somewhere
I, I,
ridiculous.
I couldn't I
No,
couldn't miss the opportunity to throw out the third term joke.
yeah, but no, and and speaking of talking about celebrating the death of Ayatollah, I believe they actually got his son too. So the guy that was going to be second in charge, they ended up getting him.
I've spent a lot of my time trying to kind of climb the ladder, as they speak, socioeconomically, and I'm starting to think if I lived over in Iran, I would not want that next promotion, but do not put me at the top.
Hell no, not right now for dang sure. You live a
I
fun
vote for
life
that
for a
guy.
little bit.
I'll vote
It
for him.
goes away. It goes away pretty damn quickly if they sending missiles at you. But speaking on that same terms, that Trump even mentioned a not ceasefire per se, but a stop of military action for the next 5 days, I believe, and said that there's in talks with Iran to possibly end this ordeal. Which, if he does, you got to give him props on that. Like I said, the bad shit that he does, as far as saying somebody's glad somebody's dead, there's a lot of good.
Yeah, and I mean, my take on the situation over there as it's unfolding now is from what I'm able to gather, it seems like pretty much on a day by day basis or every so often they're reaching out going, hey, look, we're willing to stop this. All you got to do is comply with what we're telling you. You're not going to advance your nuclear programs. You're not going to have ballistic missiles. We're okay. Like we're giving them the chance. And again, that's the difference in the way we operate. And not to mention, like I don't know if people have paid attention strategically how impressive what we're doing over there is. I mean, the fact that we have literally almost destroyed their entire military infrastructure and none of their social infrastructure. Like we still have the ability to tell them, hey, you still got oil and power for now. Do you want to cooperate yet?
I mean, the weapons and the accuracy of those missiles that they can send is, of course, there's mistakes, obviously, with the hospital or excuse me, the children's school that apparently happened, but for the most part, they can damn near put it in a window if they want. It's very a direct strike, very coordinated, and I mean, I don't obviously, I'm biased, but I wouldn't wanna mess with the US if I can. I'm a little upset in the fact that NATO is coming out and not really wanting to help us with this Strait of Hormuz and, things like that, which Trump's right. We spend all
Tell you
that
what,
money.
David, I think, and again, maybe I'm giving him too much credit. I think a lot of that may be intentional too. I think Trump's probably trying to flush all this out to go, let's figure out who our real allies are. Who can we count on? Because again, if we're banking on this AI changing the world, if we're legitimately rolling into some sort of new world order, I want to know who our real friends are. And I think that may be a lot of what he's trying to do right now. And look, we don't need Europe for anything. All we've done is support the EU and NATO for the last 40 years. Like it's not they need us a lot more than we need them. And we finally have a leader who's willing to go, hey, look, if you're not going to contribute something to us, we'll bow out quick.
And Lewis, we're good ways from everybody. Not many people have missiles that can reach us, but ones over there have a lot of neighbors around them that are willing and wanting to blow them up, but they're not doing it because they know, hey, A, they'll come back. But also, the US isn't going to allow that to happen. So I'm just saying, if you want to help us out, it'll be a good look on your part.
I mean, I have strategically throughout the course of my life as a profound smartass made sure to surround myself with large and capable friends. And US right now is a large and capable friend in the world economy and in the world scale. So yeah, I'm with you. If I was looking around and seeing what we've done in Venezuela and what we're doing in Iran, and I'm looking to go, okay, do I want to lean towards China and Russia or do I want to partner with the US? Well, to me, I don't know. I'd come join us before before it gets too late.
The Democrats continue to not want to open up uh, TSA, the Homeland Security, things like that. So Trump, to his credit, said, "Okay, you do that then. We'll send ICE agents to work as TSA agents," which they should because I've only heard of these lines and stuff at the airports being insane and nuts. And make no bones about it, this is a Democratic thing that they're shutting down, not the Republicans. You can claim all you want, but it's a Democrat shutdown.
Yeah, I was on X a little while earlier this morning and scrolled through, saw a story of folks at Atlanta Hartsfield showed up 6.5 hours before their flight time and still missed their flight. And I'm thinking, I got a trip to Cabo next month, and I may need to skip this show and go ahead and go get in line.
Way it's going, jeez. I mean, for all the bad, the man does a lot of good. As much shit as I talk about him on the bad stuff, things like this, to have the cojones to be like, okay, well, we'll just send ICE agents who you don't want to come to your city and help out. We'll just send them into the airports and help out. And by the
I
way,
mean,
it's probably not going to
that's
be
darn
many
near the perfect
incoming
response.
trips from Mexico.
That is darn near the perfect response to say, we'll put ice in there if you don't want it. Like,
Probably won't be many incoming flights from Mexico, if all I'm saying, or maybe not a lot leaving either. And I'm not saying that they would do anything, but it's just a fact of it is scaring some people, which that's not what he wants. He just wants people to be able to go through the airport and feel safe, but also just the lines are nuts and insane. That is a huge problems that happen. And lack of TSA agents can probably lead to lack of anywhere else. When you're short staffed, things go wrong, like they did this morning in LaGuardia Airport. I had a plane run into a fire truck on the runway, killing 2 pilots. Now, is that directly correlated? Most likely not, but there's gotta be some correlation. You start dropping people and having employees work for free, shit happens.
well, and it's a real bad look when our millionaire politicians are making decisions like this and they ain't missed a paycheck yet. That's a bad look, my man. And you talking about people making 40, $50,000 a year. How long you think they're gonna show up at work if they're not guaranteed to get a paycheck? Some of these folks ain't got money saved up. Some of these folks got to go drive an Uber today so they can pay bills this week. It's a bad situation. Like you said, it is 100% Democrats, and they're not even accomplished what they're trying to accomplish. They're not messing with ICE at all. ICE is funded. This is the political version of Trump's Truth Social post. Like, it's just no point in it. It's just to cause pain and agony. The difference is they're causing pain and agony to the very people who they want to vote for them.
Makes no sense to me. And John, our lovely senator out of Louisiana, John Kennedy, who we love, all king of one-liners, he tried to propose a amendment or something along those lines to where the Senate would not get paid as long as they were shut down. which I thought was ballsy. He wasn't saying that you wouldn't get paid at all. He's just saying you would delay payment until this is over with, which I've always been for. Because if you'd be surprised how quick they'll come to a conclusion if they stop getting paid. Well, as he was doing it, one guy ran in and opposed it, and that ended up stopping it.
And I don't know a lot of the backstory, but I've seen a couple of innuendos online about Elon Musk coming out and saying he would volunteer to pay all their salaries and stuff like that. And I don't know how legal it is. I don't know what the red tape would be required to get something like that to be functionally possible. But you talking about, and again, I'm an Elon guy, so y'all know that already. You talk about elevating that guy's hero status and giving a lot more credibility to whatever he wants to do moving forward. Let him come on top and just go, hey, I got all the money in the world. You can't do nothing about it. Make this right. It makes the conservatives look good, and then Elon becomes an even bigger figure, which I think is great for us.
He does not get enough credit for the things he does do as far as sending Starlink over to give people free internet in times of tragedy or natural disasters that happen. I think in North Carolina when they had all those flooding, he flew Starlink over and gave everybody free internet for that time and overseas in different countries. I think like North Korea, he's trying to give it to them free just so they can see that it's not like they're being told by the old great leader Kim Jong Un. But he does great things and he's got the money because I believe I heard over the weekend he has jumped up to like $830 billion.
None of it's real.
Billion! Is that not nuts? I mean, it's not real money. It's just paper, but still, God almighty knows.
There are things that you just have to realize that you can't even begin to comprehend or fathom. And I think having that sort of wealth is one of those things that I like. There's just no way for me to even comprehend what that sort of lifestyle would be like. But the crazy thing is this dude doesn't sleep but like 3 hours a day, and all he does is work because he's not driven by the money. He's not driven by the fame. He's not driven by anything other than trying to make something awesome happen. And man, I kind of respect that. That's pretty damn cool in my book.
I believe let me see what it was. I think if you count to a billion, it's like 32 years to actually just count to a billion. That's how much money a billion is, and he's got 830 of it. Good gosh almighty. He could take over the world if he wanted, but like you said, doing
David,
good things.
we got visitors coming.
Special guest, is this the birthday girl?
Birthday girl.
Happy birthday. I
And
hope
friends.
I hope you got that beautiful song I sang to you. I mean, geez.
I haven't listened to it yet.
She's a few episodes behind.
See,
Only a
dadgummit.
few.
Don't listen to it, first off. But if you do, just know that was come from the heart. That was from me.
I'll probably end up listening to it sometime, but probably not soon.
Hey, I'll get out of here. We'll be
We
done in a
just
little
got a lot more listeners right now.
bit. She
We
told me
got a
this
lot
morning.
more
she's
listeners,
about
a
12
lot
episodes
prettier
behind.
faces on the screen. Huh?
She told me this morning, she said, I'm about 12 episodes behind. I said, sweetheart, just catch up to the current ones.
Well, tell her don't listen, first off. Just show her the clip, which I thought you were going to post a clip. Why didn't you post a clip? Jeez.
I sent it to her and she played it for her friends and they said it was sweet and romantic, but she said, don't post it. She said it wouldn't have been
Well,
embarrassed her,
I
but
get
I
it.
still might. But by the time you got it to me, it was Sunday and her birthday was Friday. So I kind of felt a little late on that anyway.
Oh, sorry, Greg. I told you I was at the ball games getting my butt whooped, and then I went out to the country where the service ain't that great. And thankfully, the service wasn't that great, so I wasn't able to check my March Madness bracket, which is killing me, son. But I believe last check when it comes to the March Madness bracket, Wes McCard, 21 picks, is leading the thing at 520 points, with my boy Sean Plussel coming in second at 510. Greg, where you at? You
You and I
know
are
you
down there.
took a big
Yeah.
took a big hit, son.
I learned something Saturday, and like I said, I'm a profound gambler, and having a substantial amount of money on things changes things. As that game was winding down, and I was watching my bracket literally disintegrate into oblivion, I was tickled to death just watching the Florida meltdown, and it was almost worth it. Like, and again, I got $300 to pay to somebody, but I don't think I was going to win it anyway. So, in that moment, it really dawned on me that at this point, my hatred for Florida means a lot more to me than any desire to win
More
this
than the
bracket.
bet, and that's when you know it's and you'll bet against Georgia, which you did, that's fine, but seeing Florida lose was way more, rewarding than it was anything, and that's what Sean Plus, who's in second place, said UF equals basketball school. Well, not so much, not this time, but and he's a big Georgia fan, so he says that as a jab at Florida football, but then we got Andy Berry in third place at 490. Brian Noble's in 490. Tyler Carlton at 490. Got quite a little mix there. Ty Eves, who's up in New York celebrating right now, living his best life, is in sixth place, but he's going to be dropping rapidly because he had Florida winning it all. Tyler has Houston winning it all. Brian has Arizona, and Sean and Andy have Duke. My boy Jeff Carpenter is in seventh place with 470 points. He has Arizona, it looks like. And so does Jonas Boschman, who put ham flexor. That was a shot at me and his daughter, who he said, when talking about her hamstring, called it ham flexor. But he's mainly dogging at me for my weak joints and weak soft tissue muscles. And then seventh place, baby, Eddie D. Big dog. David Smith still holding strong with my Yukon Huskies at 470 points.
You remember, David, we said that anybody that was fortunate enough to beat both of us in this bracket was going to get a guest appearance on the show. And I was looking down the list. I'm not going to have to come up with a lot of material because we have a lot of guests on this show.
Well, if we're doing anybody that beats us, period, gets on, we're not going to have a show no more. It's just going to be everybody else trying to host their own show because Kevin Hawkins is right there. Adam Whiting's at 440. He's got Houston
I need
winning.
you to step up and you need to get hot and win this thing.
All the ones behind us, below us, is mainly Duke and Arizona, and Houston has got the big ones. Jay Harrison, Greg Miller. That's 430. You drop, boy, the mighty have fallen. Nate Dogg, my boy Nathan, has got Duke at 410 points. Asher Barzy, who's Asher Barnes. We need to, Asher, if you're listening, contact me, Greg, and let us know who you are. I'm lost on who you might be, and I hope
I got
I'm
a
not
sneaking
overlooking
sensation.
you.
I bet you Asher somehow just got a hold of that $300 post and decided he would jump in and try to win $300. And I'm assuming since he's at the very bottom, he's probably not even listening anymore.
Respect if that's the case. He's at 15th, but my boy Jesse's at the bottom, who Jesse knows his shit, but he's at 370. He's got Duke winning it all, so he can still make a run late, but I don't know if he's going to pass. I just need UConn to win. I'm the only one on the board with UConn, so I could make a late run and a late charge, which I did. That's my shot, baby. I'm a little my youngest boy, my oldest boy rather, is right up there at the top of the other bracket with the neighborhood guys, but that's the bracket. The big news was Florida losing.
Worth
this right here, the most likely champion predictions from the pros, I guess, is Duke or Houston to win it all. Best value pick, UConn. So that's, listen, best value, baby. That's me. Great value. I'm a Walmart guy. Cinderella story would be Texas winning. It was an outside shot is what they had. The favorites are Duke, Michigan, Arizona, Houston, Purdue, UConn, and Iowa State. Alabama, I thought when they lost old boy that he was going to take a shot. They wasn't going to come out, but they ended up winning pretty damn easily.
I'll give Michigan my kiss of death right now because I have not watched a lot of Michigan basketball prior to this tournament. They got hot through the Big Ten tournament, looked really good, and I've watched them a little bit over the weekend. Michigan is a much better basketball team than I gave them credit for, so expect Michigan to probably lose their next game.
I'm a little shocked that Adam Whiting didn't pick that because he's a Michigan guy. He's all about Michigan, but maybe he just sticks with football. High Point over Wisconsin. I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming at all. But I don't see a lot coming. But UConn, let's go Huskies, baby.
Let's go Huskies.
That Tom Izzo, there's a couple clips I should probably show of him being a hard coach, and I love it. I think it's great. I think we were talking about hard coaching because over the weekend I had a couple parents from the other team come try to talk to my parents, getting at me like I'm coaching hard, like I need to calm down. I'm like, bitch, I'm losing my ass off, and these kids are letting balls drop. What do you want me to do? Step back and be like, hey, look, we've got juice boxes after the game.
For starters, I have to admit that And I have been well aware of you being a baseball coach. I mean, with the 3 boys, I mean, I have envisioned this. I never imagined you being the intense baseball coach. I thought you'd
Mm,
be more of the laid back, arm on the shoulder
bro,
kinda guy.
you have no idea. I may be the only one in our league. I get intense. I just wanna see effort, and I preach effort over outcome, and if you're not getting effort, the outcome ain't coming. I don't give a damn what if we win or lose. I wanna win, obviously, but I wanna see the effort, and the amount of kids these days, kids I coach, my own kids, I'll be the first to call them out, that will let a ball drop instead of being aggressive and going after it, and will watch strike 3 go down the middle, blows my ever-loving mind. It makes no damn sense to me.
I'm gonna take just a moment and completely go on a off the rails here because you said something that I just have to point out when things like this happen. Effort versus outcome. And David, you and I have had some talks offline. You know how much my faith is important to me. That is literally verbatim the title of like my spiritual TikTok post. That was effort versus outcome about just do what's right, let God control the outcome. And that's exactly when you're coaching youth sports, you can't focus on the outcome. You've got to focus on the procedures. You've got to focus on getting those kids to be able to repeat the mechanics, repeat the effort, repeat the things that will ultimately make them successful. Because most likely none of them are going to be professional athletes, but you can teach them some good habits that they can parlay into something else later on down the road. But I just can't imagine you yelling and screaming.
Well, imagine it, my friend, because I'm about the only one out there that does it, and I was a little upset Saturday because I was like, "Man, I can't believe the other parents come up to me and were saying" they didn't come up to me, they came up to some other parents saying, you shouldn't be yelling at the kids like that," and all that, but I'm like, I'm yelling positive things, and I'm the first one to yell. I'm yelling, pointing out the obvious rather, but I'm the first one to yell compliments when it happens. But I'm not going to let a kid give up on himself. If I let him give up on himself, he's giving up not only on his teammates, he's giving up on his parents who signed his ass up. The parents at this point, we're not in T-ball anymore. Nobody comes to watch you go out there and have fun and count butterflies. Hell, the parents want to win too. This ain't damn T-ball. We're at the point now where you got to decide, hey, is this something I want to do? But if your ass is crossing the line, your ass needs to be hustling.
That brings up something, and I was completely unaware of this. I guess just the time away from competitive youth sports, but watching Bailey go through softball all the way up until her senior year, it blew my mind. And I guess it's just because of how big travel ball has gotten. But like in her eighth, ninth grade years, like you'd have girls coming out for the school softball team that had never stepped foot on a softball field. And I'm going, what are we doing? Like that should have been handled like long time ago. By the time you get to school level ball, it should only be the serious competitive people who want to play. Yeah, used to like if you're coaching, 10, 11, 12-year olds, I'm sorry, you're right. At that point, if you're still out there, there's some commitment to trying to do things the right way. It's not 7-year-old T-ball. It's not just go pick out dandelions in right field. There's a reason you're doing this. You're trying to get something out of it. Now, I do believe that any leadership position, coach, manager, parent, or whatever it is, it's it's having your style, but then being able to adapt your style to each individual to get the most and the best for that person.
Yeah, it is a tough balance because you have some that, can accept, being criticized, if you want to call it that. If you can't be coached without being soft, I don't know what to tell you because you have to be coached, and that is in life and in anything.
I'll tell you a story. This will illustrate a little bit of my inner softness. It was probably 13, 14 years old, and I was a pretty good baseball player back in the day, and so therefore I was usually one of the team leaders. But I wasn't a mentally tough guy. That wasn't me. You yell and scream at me, I'll shut down and go, hey, I'm the best player on the team. I'll walk off this bitch if you gonna treat me that way. I just didn't respond to it.
That's what
I
I don't
wanted
like, Greg. Don't say that.
but I wanted the coach to go put his arm around me and go, hey, I need you to stay. Like I was that guy. But I had one coach and one of my favorite coaches ever because he knew what the team needed. He pulled me aside and said, hey, look, he goes, I'm going to yell and scream at you. He goes, I don't care if you ignore it. He goes, you don't have to listen to a word I say. He goes, I'll pull you aside after every practice and every game and tell you what I need you to hear. He goes, but I need the team to hear me get on to you so they don't view you different. And at that point, I go, hey, the fact that he was willing to explain that to me, he could sit there and yell and scream at me through practice and game. And hell, some of it may have been serious. And I was just tuning his ass out because he told me I don't have to listen when he's yelling and screaming.
Well, I'm trying to watch my words here because in case some do listen, but soft ass parents. There's a bunch of soft ass parents out there. Okay.
No doubt.
Nobody gives ass whoopings no more. Everybody got on us because we were like spanking. I didn't spank. Brooke spanked them with a damn spoon. They were like, "Oh, that's hard. That's old school. Whatever." You know how many times we had to spank them? Twice ever. All you gotta do is let them know that you're gonna damn do it, and you ain't gotta do it again. These
Only
soft
did
ass
one in my
parents
whole life.
today.
2 kids, 1 spanking.
That's all you gotta do. I don't get it, and I'm not here to preach spanking, but the amount of kids that run over their parents is bullshit. My kids are not the most well behaved. They will pop off, but they'll do it once. There will be repercussions. We ain't gonna just be like, "Oh, it's okay." Hell no. And my wife's the main one. She will bust some ass in this place with
That
the
does not surprise
quickness.
any of us.
No, and I get the bad rap because I'm the loudest. It's the damn quiet one you got to worry about. Brick will be like, "Hey, when we get home, I'm gonna fuck your ass up." Like, it's bad. I will get loud, and everybody thinks I'm the bad one, but don't get it mistaken. Although she did sit there and let those folks come over and talk about me, and she was just tried to ease it and not say anything. So she's not very vocal. But I got a chick on my team, Jessica Licardo. That's my ride or die right there, baby. Her
Yeah, she
son's
had your back.
Cooper. Her son's Cooper. She said, "Hey," she sent me a text. She's like, "Hey, if I'd have heard him, I'd have called some shit." And I was like, "That's my chick right there, dude. I love her. That's why I got her son." That, and he's a damn good ball player. That helped a lot too. But I was quick to pick it. She is all about not the soft parenting. She gets upset with it too. And they had brought cupcakes after the fact, and which it was before the whole thing, and it was leftover cupcakes because I usually don't do snacks after game because I'm like, you know what? We're down 12 years old. We're not doing snacks after game. But they were brought, and she was like, "What are y'all doing with these snacks? Y'all need to be eating these snacks." So she was even harder than me. I freaking love it. That's my chick right there. I love me some Jessica. She's got my back, and she's like, "Get on them," because she knows that I'm motivating them to do better. It's not like if they were living up to their potential, that's one thing. Or if you're not as good a player and you're just out there and you're just not as good, hey, you're doing the best you can. I'm not going to say a word. It's the ones that I know can throw hard, can play hard, that aren't doing it. That's the ones that I get loud about. That's the ones I push because I'm like, why wouldn't I? That's my job as a coach, is to push you to get the best out of you. When we get rings, I don't get a ring. You get rings. I'm here for you.
Well, and I think this is, and I'm proud of you, David. I did not see that from you, but I'm proud of you because it's something I do think the world needs more of. And as a soft person internally and emotionally myself, I can tell you we have become way too soft, and we coddle these kids, and it's happened from the last 25 or 30 years. Man, I mean, I'm old school, man. Let's take some warning labels off. Let's stop forcing people to wear helmets. Let's let natural selection take over. Just let some of this stuff start weeding itself out because we take way too much time and effort to protect kids and to be so coddling of them to make life so easy, so comfortable. Life's not supposed to be comfortable. If you're not challenging yourself and you're not going through some things that are difficult for you, you ain't getting no better. And if you ain't getting no better, what are you doing?
I'm a soft guy when it comes to certain things. As far as like watching shows, I will cry in a damn heartbeat. Hell, I teared up at the last 3 episodes of Madison a few times. So listen, I get it. I'm a soft heart, but it's my job as a coach is to be hard on you to get the best out of you. I don't understand why if my kids are being coached by somebody else, that's what I want. It's your job to push it out of them. Trust the process, baby. It's just the softness today just it irks me. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I never will. I'm not the second that a coach I've had hard coaching and I hated it at the time, but I got the most out of me, so I appreciate it. I always said I would like to play for Les Miles. He was a fun coach or whatever, but I'd want my kid to play for Nick Saban.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. They need the discipline. They need it. And let me tell you, and I told the boys this after the game on Saturday because I was getting hard on some of them. I was like, the second that I stop yelling at you and pushing you, that's when you need to worry because that means I gave up. And I'm gonna try my best not to do that, but I'm only gonna go so hard. Like I can't make you drink. I can lead the horse to water, but I can't make you drink. So the second a coach or somebody stops caring, stops talking to you or pushing you, that's when you got to worry.
Yeah, and I think that becomes one of those things that, you have to push because like you said, that is your job is to try to shape them and to instill some values in them that at some point in their future lives, something's going to happen that they're going to look back on and be able to draw from that experience under your coaching, under your leadership, or pull something from the way you help mentor them that helps them down the road in life be more successful, be more comfortable, or whatever it may be. But yeah, at that age, there's adversity is okay. A little discomfort is okay.
And guess what's gonna happen when they get in a job and they get yelled at for not doing their job correctly? Oh, let me call my mama. No, you're gonna have to man up, son. Especially when we're talking about men. I don't know women because I don't have a woman. I don't have daughters, and I'm not a woman. But I can tell you, as from a man or raising little boys, they got to be tough. They got to. I'm sorry, you got to be. It's life. Life effing sucks at times, but you
Well,
got to get better. Plain
and
and
at the
simple.
risk of drawing us a lot of fire on this, I mean, let's call it what it is. I mean, in this day and age, and I know that we are of the privileged ilk, as they say. You don't get a whole lot handed to you as a white conservative male these days. So your boys
Hell
definitely need to
no.
know, because they are going to have some challenges, because every single sex, race, gender, or anything out there is promoted ahead of them these days.
Listen, when my kid applies for college, he's a gay Native American, plain and simple. Whether he is, he's not, but hopefully not. But it's going to be on his application. He's going to pull an Elizabeth Warren, make that happen. Calling me like crazy, but I tell the boys, and when I'm talking, a lot of the young kids these days, and I've seen it from the get go, and I'll make sure that I nip it in the bud. If I'm trying to talk to you after a practice or after a game, and I'm talking and they're sitting there having a side conversation, I will cut that shit out quick because A, you're going to respect me when I'm talking because I'm trying to say something that you need to listen to. But B, if I let you talk like that and think it's okay to you not pay attention to the person that's talking, guess who one day is going to be that person talking? That's going to be you. And you're going to be like, oh, well, I guess it's okay if they did it because I did it. No, I'm setting a standard for you for your own damn self. You need to have that same respect too. If you're a coach one day, you need to have the balls to be like, hey, shut the hell up because I'm talking. Plain and simple. And that's a trend that needs to happen. All this weak ass soft shit that's been happening, like, oh, can't say no to nobody. Fuck that. I can say no to anybody. I'll tell a kid no in a heartbeat.
Yeah, it's been a consistent theme that I've been kind of dealing with and producing stuff. The sense of entitlement, the sense of just not wanting to be uncomfortable and thinking that everything should be easy all the time, handed to you. It just blows my mind. And I mean, I've as an entrepreneur, I mean, I haven't had employees in a while because I just got tired of landlords and employees. But man, I'm telling you, like the dealing with kids, and you're talking about 18 to 20-year-olds that you're trying to make away from them and give them an opportunity to put some money in their pocket. And the sense of entitlement, the amount of times I'd have somebody who was working for me tell me, well, that's not my job. Like, to me, as the owner of the business, I'm asking them to do something. They go, that's not my job. And I'm going, I can't even imagine you being comfortable saying that to me as the boss, as the owner of this company. But
Yeah.
that's where they are. The sense of entitlement and the lack of pushing, and it starts early in the education system. They just coddle these kids. They make it easy. If Johnny can't tell you what 2 plus 2 is, let's pass him anyway. They'll figure it out later. Well, you know what? A lot of them ain't figuring it out later, and a lot of them graduate high school. They can't read and write and can't do basic math. So y'all figure that out.
I'm very upset that there's not a whole lot more of the making kids say yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Even in school, and I get it, they probably don't get that a lot at home, so they don't do it elsewhere. And my kids are not the greatest at it, but it ain't because I don't say it every damn time. But
Well, hell, now they're
I
probably
s-
scared to say sir or ma'am because they might be accused of misgendering somebody and get
You
kicked
know
out of
what?
school.
Damn good point. I didn't think about that, but they should be. I make every kid say yes, sir to me, yes, coach, something like that to me or anybody that's on that field. It's just a simple matter of respect, and it's a good habit that needs to be passed down. Hell, I don't care if I'm older than a person. I'll still say yes, ma'am, to the cashier at Publix every damn day. I don't care. It's just a common decency. And a lot of this shit that I'm saying ain't like, oh, well, he's the best. No, perhaps I've learned the hard way by not doing certain things, and I'm like, hell, I don't want you to go my way, so I'm pushing you to be better than me. And that goes for my kids for sure, but any of the kids that coach under me, I want them to be better than me. That's my job, to push you better to be. Tell you the things that I did wrong to try to correct you that way.
Well, and I can tell you from a professional standpoint in our society these days, because of how far things have slid, those little things like dress codes and manners and just proper presentation and how you show up for something, that goes a long way these days because so many people don't pay attention to it. And I can tell you first, if I meet a young person who, I mean, I decent haircut, shirt tucked in, dressed the right way, yes sir, no sir. That's a different level kid in my book. And I'm going, that kid has been raised the right way. That kid has been through some things. That's not just a product of public school. Somebody
Mhm.
invested in that kid to make them this way.
And I know that I'm just coaching rec ball. I understand that, but I have a love for rec ball, and my youngest plays travel ball, but I still have a love for rec ball, and I want rec ball to make a comeback. So I'm coaching them like there's a hard coach that should be out there. And it's like I said, it's just rec ball. But when we come to practice, your shirt's tucked in, you're wearing baseball pants, you got a hat on. Before we start our little drills and warm up and stretches, your glove is on the third base side, lined up perfectly. It's got to be straight in the order. It's those little things that are missing that I don't see a lot from other coaches. I mean, there's some that do, obviously, but those little things I don't even have to tell the kids now. They come automatically and do it. I think that's the things that need to make a comeback, the discipline, and that will help out rec ball because there's a lot of kids playing travel ball that shouldn't be playing travel ball. Travel ball should be the elite of the elite, in my opinion. And you got to learn a lot through rec ball. So it's the decimation of rec ball, and it kills me. And I hate seeing it, but it is what it is. But sometimes when you got some weak ass parents that come over and talk to our parents talking about, oh, you need to control that coach. Ain't nobody controlling me, bitch. I'm just saying. Let's get off subject before I'm gonna hurt some feelings because there's some names I might throw out. Jeez. God.
Let's talk about
I
food.
was
Food makes you
A
happy.
few of my parents did stand up for me, so I appreciate that. But I'm sure some of them don't like me either. But I'm doing it all for your boys, I promise you. Food does make me happy, Greg. You were right about that. Food makes me happy. You know what else makes me happy? I like watching golf. It's just a relaxing time. One of the biggest tournaments of the year is coming up, and that is the Masters. April 7th, 2026 is the Masters Club dinner put on by Rory McIlroy this year because he won last year in a dramatic win. Finally got it. Didn't hit him many houses. Did not hit Butler Cabin too many times like he did when he's usually trying to go for it. But they have a yearly Masters Club dinner that takes place. And would you like to hear some of the food that is on that dinner from Rory there, Gregory?
Absolutely.
All right. We're going to get our takes on what we would like. But starting out appetizers, you have a peach and ricotta flatbread with balsamic, hot honey, and basil. Okay. That's pretty good. Bacon wrapped dates with goat cheese and almonds. You can
I'm out
damn
on
near
that.
wrap you can damn near wrap bacon in anything and I'll eat it. I mean,
Dates and
I
goat
love
cheese, I can't get down with.
goat cheese is not my fave. I can do it in small bits. Now the wifey loves it. She loves goat cheese. And I love almonds, the bacon wrapped anything, dates, like I said, I guess it's gonna keep you regular is what you're looking for, but you're out on the bacon wrapped dates. This one might get you back. Rock shrimp tempura with a creamy, spicy sauce. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds good. We're still in appetizers. And this one, hell, this could be a main menu item for me. Grilled elk sliders with caramelized onion jam and roasted garlic aioli.
Wow.
So far, I thought it was going to be a lot of lamb and crazy
Yeah,
bangers
Irish
and
stuff.
mash type deal for Irish stuff. A lot of potatoes. Nope. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. That's true though. It's not racist. The first course is yellowfin tuna carpaccio with foie gras, toasted baguette, and chives. What is carpaccio? What
Well, I
exactly
was
is
just
that?
impressed you didn't stumble over foie gras.
Well, I do know that. I don't eat it, but I do know that. Foie gras. Carpaccio. Is that like with the
I think it's like kind of like tuna tartare.
capers and whatnot?
Oh, it's almost like the texture of like a salsa. It's kind of crumbled
I
up a
think
little,
you're
and
right.
then you dip it on like some chips or
Hence,
crackers.
hence the toasted baguette. I think you're right. I think you're right. So it's basically just ground up tuna, fresh tuna. Yeah. This one, main course. The choice of a yellowfin, a wagyu filet mignon or seared salmon, a traditional Irish champ, sauteed Brussels sprouts, glazed carrots with brown butter, and crispy Vidalia onion rings.
I don't know how to
Which
ever
one you
verify
going?
this at the end, but
Filet or salmon?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this year's Masters winner will not be eating the salmon. He will be if this year's winner comes from a past winner, it will be a steak eater because real men eat steak.
He cannot have a salmon. Come on, man. Given that choice of a Wagyu filet mignon or a freaking seared salmon, and I never ever crave salmon. I never go, man, I can't wait to have salmon. When I have it, or when we decide to get it, I'm never disappointed.
No,
It's
I love salmon.
good. It's fine enough. It's just nothing I ever crave. I never, if given the option, I would probably never make salmon again in my life, but I'll eat it and it's not bad. Brussels sprouts, they're on the tail end now, but they had a hell of a comeback a while. Last few years, Brussels sprouts was in damn near everything you got, and I like Brussels sprouts. The wife don't like it, but I like it. How you on Brussels sprouts?
If they're prepared the right way, I can mow through some. They're pretty darn good.
Yeah, you throw some bacon in there, bacon bits in them, basically. Probably not the cheap bacon bits, but real bacon bits. Throw it in a honey glaze. Ooh, son, glazed carrots. I'm down with that. Brown butter. I mean, what's that? Burnt butter. I'm in for that. Crispy Vidalia onion rings. I like that he threw a little mixture in the fact that you have Vidalia right there by Augusta, so he's throwing a local vibe. Dessert is a sticky toffee pudding with vanilla ice cream and warm toffee sauce. I mean,
Not bad.
I'd take a key lime. Take a key lime any day, but there's a lot of wine selections here, but I don't know anything about wine, champagne. I'm sure they're $2,000-$3,000 a bottle. So, Greg, given all that, what we just said, first off, I know you would like most of what's on that. It's really good. Greg Miller wins the 2027 Masters. Too late to enter now. 2027 Masters. So 2028, you have the Champions Dinner. What are we going with?
Well, let me start by saying I think this is one of the coolest, most understated traditions in big time sports. And I don't know that people outside of true golf followers realize just how much importance and like this is a big deal for Rory. I'm telling you,
Mhm.
Rory met with multiple professional. Like Rory's putting this thing together. He's put as much time and effort into this almost as practicing for the tournament. Like this is such a tradition. It is
Mhm.
a big deal for these guys to have this honor and to welcome all the former winners. It's a cool thing that I don't think people make a big deal of. Yeah, I think if I were to be in charge, I mean, obviously I'd coordinate with some high level chefs to try to get the flavor profiles dialed in. I don't know that I have specific ideas, but I'd have to stay true to kind of who I like. It would be I'd want to go with like some sort of upscale kind of like sports bar theme food, like some kind of like high end nachos and wings or like sliders is a cool thing, or maybe even
Yeah.
like some sort of fancy pizza. Because I mean, I don't want to stay true to who I am, and like I'm not a fancy guy. And if I win the Augusta, it is going to be probably with a couple of cold beers in the bag, and we're going to do it the right way. So we're not going to try to be somebody we're not just because we got lucky and won the tournament. But I would make it upscale, but I would still try to stay true to me and my friends and kind of keep it on the theme of who we are.
Not to upset Fuzzy Zeller, because Lord knows I don't want to do that. R.I.P. Fuzzy. I think he's dead. But I would have fried chicken. And Fuzzy Zeller, back when Tiger won, he's like, well, I hope we just don't have fried chicken. Damn you, because I love fried chicken. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I'm assuming the chefs at Augusta National, being in Augusta and a Southern treat, can tear up some damn fried chicken, son. I bet it is bomb, baby. I love fried chicken. It's one of my favorite things to eat. So I would have fried chicken and probably pork spare ribs. I mean, why not? Just make it full Southern, throw some collard greens in there. Listen, give me some jalapeno cornbread, with some fat back in them. I'm going full Southern, baby. I'm talking soul food Southern. I may have a fancy drink or two. You got to throw Blanton's will be the drink of choice previously, and then I'll perhaps some Pappy 23 year at the end there to cap things off with a dessert of lemon meringue. I imagine lemon meringue would be great there as well. I think Southern, I think lemon meringue, And you have that choice or pecan pie. But fried chicken,
I
damn it,
think
does
you
not
got to
get
throw
the
a
love.
pecan pie a la mode in there for. I mean, this is
You got
Georgia. We
to
got to
a
have
Georgia pecan pie, baby. I want the pecans that come straight out of Fort Valley, baby.
that. Yeah, you got to have pecans and peaches somewhere on the menu.
Have to have a peach. That's a peach old fashioned, is what we're having. Okay, we're gonna throw the peach rings. Smoked peach old fashioned with
Let's go.
Blanton's. Because when you get the Pappy 23 year, you can't mix it with nothing. It's just got to be.
If you give me a pour of
maybe
Blanton's,
one
I'm not
ice
mixing with it.
chews. That's it. Yeah, but I'm on. That's what I'm gonna go with. But fried chicken. Who doesn't want fried chicken, man? There people like, oh, I don't like fried chicken. I see your ass at Zaxby's and Cane's and all them places. What do you think that is? That's fried chicken. It's better on the bone.
I got a big Cane's fan sitting right here.
Cane's is so good.
It needs more salt.
We got it on the way up here.
Cane's does not have enough seasoning. Cane's needs more seasoning.
Plain. It's boring.
Do you eat it with the sauce?
Yes, but I want to have it without the sauce as well sometimes. It needs Huey Magoo's. Huey Magoo's has better seasoning. The sauce So you like Cane's sauce. Don't say you like Cane's chicken because it don't have no salt. It needs salt.
I do like cane sauce, yes.
Their fries are fire.
And the bread is good
I'll give
too.
you that. The fries, yes. Throw me some Texas toast bread in there, and I'm in every time.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm about to take these young girls into LJ and go get some lunch. You ready to wrap this up?
Well, have a great time. Have a blast with these girls, my friend. Is the wifey coming back up at any point, or are you sticking with them the whole weekend?
I'm flying solo with the young ladies tonight, and I think we're all headed back tomorrow. So I got one day to try to entertain them without any help.
Don't worry.
Well, going over to y'all hiking Blood Mountain or what?
She's loading up on fudge right before lunch. This is what I'm dealing with.
Well, you're in the fudge capital of the world up there. You can find one.
Yeah, you should get some.
I know. Well, you should bring me some. Come on, Maddie. Come on now.
I got that. It's caramel sea salt.
Oh, that's my favorite. That's my jam, son. Caramel sea salt.
I'll bring you some.
You know what is better? You know what is better than? Cane's weak chicken. Cane's weak, no tasting chicken. I need some sea salt in that chicken is what I need. Flavoring. That's it. Episode 21 in the books with special guests. We probably have to download crazy. Made it look 1,200 times better having her on the show. Happy belated birthday, Maddie. Go share the show. Listen to Greg. This is your chance to plug your own show, big dog.
We've got I've got a new show. It's called Beliefs, Ballots, and Bets. A little bit of everything on there.
Learn the name of your show. Learn the name of your show. Step one.
It doesn't flow as well as I'd hoped, or I hadn't said it enough times yet. But yeah, Beliefs, Ballots, and Bets. And then David keeps stealing my daily TikTok themes and bringing them onto this show. I think he was watching my channel before he came on here, clearly.
Go subscribe to his TikTok. Definitely subscribe to his show and follow Betters, Beliefs. Did I say that right? Betters, Beliefs,
Ballots, and Bets.
Dang. Beliefs, Ballots, and Bets. Got to work on that name. I got to say it more. Go check that out. Check out our socials. Subscribe. Find us some likes. Look, we're just two poor little boys that just need some love. We need some popularity. Show us some attention, baby. We didn't get enough hugs as a kid, so we need more. So go check that out. Anything else for
all of those of y'all that are ahead of David currently on the March Madness bracket, I'm telling you, this is harder than it looks. You better be prepared when you come on here.
UConn, baby. I'm going to make sure nobody comes on. Nobody's stealing my spotlight. That's it, guys. Episode 21's in the books. Appreciate it. Peace.
Bye.